Hi students, welcome back to the Social Science online class. Today we are going to deal with Unit 2 Landforms Part 2. Now let's see the second factor or the second agent of erosion. Okay, so that is glaciers. We'll see the definition of glaciers. A large body of ice moving slowly down a slope or valley due to gravity is called a glacier. So what is glacier? A large body of ice moving slowly down a slope. Slope means a rising or a falling surface, okay, or valley. Due to gravity, it's moving slowly, okay. So that is called glacier. Glacier classified into two types. First one is continental glacier and the second one is mountain or valley glacier. So we'll see the definition one by one. First we'll see what is continental glacier. The glacier covering vast area of a continent with thick ice sheets. Okay, so what is continental glacier? The vast area, the large area of a continent with a dark and thick ice sheets. Okay, that is called continental glacier. Example of continental glacier is Antarctica, Greenland. So these two are the example of continental glacier. Okay. Next we will see the mountain or valley glacier. It is a stream of ice. Okay, it is a stream of ice flowing along a valley. So it is a stream of ice. Look at the picture, students. It's bounded by a steep sides, right? So and it's like a river courses along the valley. Okay. So it usually follows former river courses and are bounded by steep sides. Okay. So again we'll see the definition. Mountain or valley glaciers is a stream of ice flowing along a valley. It usually follows former river courses and are bounded by steep sides. Okay, bounded by steep sides. Examples: the Himalayas and the Alps. Okay. Next we'll see what are the different types of landforms formed because of glaciers. Okay. First one is Sacue. Okay. Sacue is a glacially eroded rock basin with a steep side wall and deep head wall surrounded an armchair shaped depression. So look at the picture, students. This is a steep side wall, right? So the head wall also steep and the side wall also steep. So this is glacially eroded rock basin. Okay. So this is surrounded and look like an armchair, right? Armchair shaped depression. So these types of erosion is called Sacue. Okay. For the example of Sacue is Corie. It's located in Scotland, United Kingdom. Okay, and Care, that is in Germany. Okay. Next we'll learn about what is tan lake. Okay, tan lake. As the ice melts, they get filled up the Sacue with water and become beautiful lakes in the mountains. So that is called tan lake. So like this, so when the ice melts, they get filled up the Sacue. Okay, that center point is filled up with the melted ice. Okay, so that is become beautiful lakes. So that is called tan lake. Okay. Next we will learn what is artes. So when two adjacent Sacues erode towards each other, the previously rounded landscape is transformed into a narrow, rocky, steep-sided ridge. That is called Artes. So when the two nearby cirques, so cirques we have already seen, right? Cirques eroded together. So when it's happened in the sense, the center point, right? The center rounded landscape is transformed into narrow rocky. So okay, look at the picture. It's transformed into narrow rocky and the steep sided ridge. Ridge means the long narrow hilltop. Okay, so that is called ridge. So that steep sided ridge called Artes. Okay, next we will learn about U-shaped valley. U-shaped valley is found beneath the glaciers. It's found beneath, under the or below the glaciers, okay, which is deepened and widened by the lateral and vertical erosion. So look at the picture. It's like a U-shaped letter, okay. So that is called U-shaped valley. It's found beneath the glaciers, okay. Next we'll learn what is classical moraines. So how it deposits. The material carried by the glacier, such as rocks, big and small, sand and slit. Slit means sediments, okay, get deposited. These deposits form glacial moraines, okay. How it forms? The material carried by the glaciers, such as rocks, big and small, sand and slit, get deposited. So look at the look here. This is the deposition of the glacial moraines, okay. Next we'll move on to the wind erosion. We'll see how it forms different landforms, okay. Before going into that, we'll see the definition of wind. An active agent of erosion and deposition is the desert is called wind, okay. Wind is an active agent of erosion and deposition in the deserts, okay. So we'll see what are the different landforms is there. So mushroom rocks, look at the picture. This is called mushroom rocks. So winds erode the lower section of the rock. So wind erodes the lower section of the rock more than the upper part. So you can clearly see this picture. So it's compared to higher, the lower erode is very high, right? Therefore such rock have narrower base and wider top. So it's look like mushroom, right? That's why it's called mushroom rock. Next we'll see what is Inselbergs, okay. An isolated residual hill standing like a pillar with rounded tops are called Inselbergs. So here the example of Inselberg, students. So look at the picture. This is the leftover hill, okay. Leftover isolated hill. It's standing like a pillar, right? So look at the top. It's round shaped, right? It's a round shaped isolated leftover pillar. So this is called Inselbergs, okay. For example, Inselberg in the Kalahari Desert of South Africa. Okay, this is the example. That Kalahari Desert of South Africa is the example of Inselbergs. Okay. Next we will see what is sand dunes. When the wind blows, it lifts and transports sand from one place to another place. When it stops blowing, the sand falls and gets deposited in low hill like structures. These are called sand dunes. So when the wind blows, it blows, right, desert side. When the wind blows, it lifts the and left sand transform the sand one place to another place. Okay, so once it stopped, that is stored in that or deposited in that low hill. Okay, so that is called sand dunes. Okay, and the moon shaped, look at the picture, the moon shaped sand dunes are called parches. Okay, parchants. So moon shaped sand dunes are called parchants. Okay, next we will see the definition of Lewis. When the grains of sand are very fine and light, the wind can carry it over very long distance. So the sand is very fine and light means the wind carry out very long distance. Okay, when such sands deposited in large areas, it is called Lewis. Okay, large deposits of Lewis are found in China. So northern China loose. So northern China have loose. It's deposited or part from the Gobi deserts. So from the Gobi deserts, sand are carried by the wind. Okay, so that is deposited in northern China. Okay, that is called Lewis. Okay, next we are going to see the final factor of the erosion, that is ghost. Okay, ghost is in seashore or seaboard or beach. Okay, we all know beach, right students? We'll see what is sea ghost. A part of the land adjoining means near or adjust the sea is called the sea ghost. A part of the land adjoining or near the sea is called the sea ghost. The boundary of the ghost where land meets water. So where land meets the water is called coastline. Okay, this is called coastline. Okay, next we'll see what are the different landforms are formed by the ghost. Okay, first we'll see sea cliffs. Sea cliffs means sheer rock. Okay, so sea cliffs are steep rock faces formed when the sea waves dash against them. So when the sea waves are dash against the steep rock, it forms sea cliffs. Okay, next we'll see sea caves. Sea waves continuously strike at the rocks. Cracks develops. So if the continuous dash of the rocks, the cracks will develop. Okay, over time they become larger and wider. So thus hollow like caves are formed on the rocks. They are called sea caves. So look at the picture. The continuous strike of the sea waves, it forms like caves. Okay, that is called sea caves. Next we'll see what is sea arches. As the cavities of sea caves become bigger and become bigger, only the roof of the caves remaining. So cavities means nothing but hole. Okay, hole or that hollow space. Okay, so it's bigger and bigger because of the erodes. So that's the remaining part is called sea arches. Okay, sea arches. Next, stucks. Further erosion breaks the roof also. Okay, so the only that wall is left over. These wall-like features are called stucks. Okay, stacks. This wall, the remaining erosion wall is called stacks. Okay. Next we'll see what is beaches. The sea waves deposit sediments of sand and caravel along. Caravel means nothing but stones or pebbles. Okay, along the source means that edge of the sea sand. Okay, that forms beaches. Okay, what is beaches? The sea waves deposit sediments of sand and gravel along the shores forming beaches. Okay. So sandbar. We'll see what is sandbar. Sandbar is an elongated deposition of sand or mud found in the sea, almost parallel to the coast. So look at the picture. This is the seashore which have the longest, very long deposition of sand or mud called sandbar. Okay. Students, do you know what is the biggest and what is the longest beach in the world? That is Miami Beach. It's located in South Florida in USA. Okay. And what is the second longest beach, students? That is our Marina Beach. Okay. That is located in Chennai. So that's all about the today class, students. Thank you.